I'm almost free, everyone. We're almost done.
Free of what?
Almost done.
Mm-hmm.
It took me, well, how long have I been doing this? A year and a half. Or maybe less. I think it was like a year, but it feels like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done with Bionicle. It's almost over. We're done.
Oh, wow. How do you feel that as a fan that you reached the end of the line, man? No?
I don't know, why do you? I feel like I'm going to miss it. Like, I really...
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it later, but I was like, I don't know, like this whole journey was just to see, did it really hold up after all these years? And, like, it did for the most part. Yes, yeah. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
I don't.
That's fine.
I already told you that, Cryptid.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the audience. It doesn't always have to be about you, Jake. You ever think of that?
What's
you know?
Okay.
Oh.
You think we shared your Thanksgiving with thankful?
I'm not very thankful for Thanksgiving, so I can never celebrate.
I'm thankful.
Yeah, I work most of the day, so you know.
Yeah.
See, you're reminded which of a bad time, Jake. Congratulations.
There you go.
Yeah, I actively asked for the shift because I didn't want to go hang out with my family.
And that's the true meaning of hate.
Yeah. Damn.
Look.
And that's the true meaning of
I have
Christmas.
my reasons. I did stop by after work to steal a bunch of food, and then I did.
There you go. Yeah, man. Thanksgiving audience for me is like one of the few days a year where I actually have a full day dedicated to cooking. And by cooking, I mean like old school style, man. Like brick oven in the back, setting up the wood fire, and cooking a large chunk of meat for like a good 5 hours. Oh, wow. Peaceful times, peaceful times.
Guys, I got 1 month to make my profile picture for the year.
What, you abandoning the U.S. agent shit, man?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I don't give a shit about this one. This can be U.S. agent as long as you want. But I'm talking about my Discord and my YouTube. So.
Okay, gotcha.
On Discord every year, I change my profile picture to reflect something I did that I liked, some artistic thing I did that I liked. So
okay, yeah, resolution. There you go. You know,
I'm trying to make him do Kirby.
Well,
I
didn't do that Kirby art.
I'm thinking about updating my freaking profile pic on Instagram. Okay, to show off the new character, like the Sona look. You know, so
yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't do that Kirby art, Austin. That's between you and whoever did it.
Yep.
No, but you witnessed the peak of all artistic choices.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at this and I said, they must have done this for Austin. And then Austin said, they must have done this for me.
It's like your first time seeing you see the star of all things, and then you don't bring it up to people.
Sure.
Gotcha. Well, now that we got the giggles out of the way, you guys just want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, welcome Contact Live, the news and reviews of the week audience. You're here with me, Cryptid415. Gubernatorial. Move on.
And you're with me, Jake Talonal. Guys, I'm almost done. I still can't believe it. I'm sorry. It's just a big part for me.
Don't let Jake lie to y'all. He's not almost done.
You ever see that episode of Powerpuff Girls where you have that one super Powerpuff Girl fan who realized my collection is complete? Oh God, my life is over. I have no purpose in life now. Well, that sounds like what's going to happen to Jake, audience. Like, you know.
No, it's not, bro. Look. He's not almost done. Because he has to make his own reboot of Bionicle and explain it on the channel, right?
Yeah.
Ace Comics, Ricky Wall, whatever you want to call me. I don't really have a tagline this week. I'm not gonna lie.
We're all just coming out Thanksgiving week, so yeah, audience, give us a break.
That's fair. I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim. Pronouns they, he. And if you hear me leave the room, that means I'm probably making food. And on the other hand, I'm also writing a new fic. So stay tuned for that.
Gotcha.
And together we form the Phanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week. But the problem is we're light on news, so we're going to be talking about some like mostly comic shit. So but welcome to our Monday nights. So we got a whole host of 5 topics. Media.
we were heavy on the plate this week, audience, but light on the news. So
that's true. So we'll be talking about Zootopia, which I didn't fucking watch.
What?
I didn't watch it either, dude. I'm waiting to get paid.
I thought Austin, did you watch it?
Watch what?
Zootopia?
No.
Okay, so like
I do plan on seeing FNAF 2 though.
I asked it. Okay. Oh, go ahead, Witch.
I do plan on seeing FNAF 2 this weekend though.
Okay. No,
I was waiting to see the consensus of everybody, but then I heard that most people hate the ending, so we were going to try to review it.
No, I mean I saw it on the top. I thought at least one other person other than Cryptid watched it. So
no. Cryptid's doing the thing that I always do when I want to review things that I like, and none of you guys have watched it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You know damn well I do that all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why Deadpool.
Yeah, but you tell us beforehand. You don't just bring it on to the thing the last minute.
I don't know why Deadpool and Wolverine is on here, but it's news. Hasbro has killed 2 franchises this week.
That's all Jake's fault.
It's true. And so we'll be talking about Ursula. And guys, we're going to be doing 2 Bionicle topics, and one is going to be a huge retrospective of the franchise as it is now. As we get to the final arc in the entire series, there will never be a continuation. Okay. So it's a pretty light week, so we might end early. Who am I kidding? We're not. So let's just jump right into the socials, I suppose.
Shit. Okay. Subscribe. If you want. I really don't give a shit. If you want to, I don't care. And also follow us on Twitter at Comic Phanatics 69. We post bi-weekly most of the time. Sometimes we might retweet something on there or something. I don't know, but stay tuned. You can find me on my Twitter, Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. If you see a bunch of Frankenstein stuff on my page, yes, you did. Yes, you did, bitch. Anyways, you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. You know the drill. I just recently posted my performance at Konnichiwa from the Masquerade, so go watch it on my Instagram because TikTok's being an ass. You can also find me on Blue Sky and Tumblr at North Star Aria. You can find me on my Ko-Fi if you want to support me financially at Witch of Jotunheim. You can also find me on Letterboxd as well at North Star Aria. You know what Austin's doing. You know what Cryptid's doing. And Jake, how's your trip around Bionicle Land?
We're traveling the universe right now, and that's all I'll say. But we'll get into how did I get here? You're asking. Why am I in the stars right now? We'll get into that when we get there.
Bro, I'm always in the stars.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you this, Jake. No one asked. Okay.
Wow.
We're used to you being in weird places now. We're not curious. Okay.
Well, you're probably thinking, what brought me here this time, right? Huh?
Jake, you remember that episode where that cat kept trying to get people to ask his backstory? That's what you're doing right now.
Why is a cat talking?
That Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, why is it? What? Don't you want to know why there's a talking cat?
Gotcha. But all right then. I guess with that, let's talk about the topics of the week, audience, and let's start us out with actually a movie that came out this Thanksgiving weekend, which is Zootopia, which is definitely getting a sequel based on the box office. Like, damn.
No.
Fuck
this
what?
interracial species couple. Okay.
Oh, we'll get to it when we get to it.
If Johnny Storm can do it, they can do it, all right?
Nah, that is not the same.
But I'm cool with Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm's my dog, bro. I just don't like reading.
That is not the same, John. That Johnny situation. Nobody talks about that
Bro,
issue.
just because you're not attracted to a worm thing with legs, that means Johnny can, all right?
Hey, I'm against like people hooking up with Pokemon, but that's just me, all right? But anyway,
he had a beautiful mind.
Whatever. So anyway, we're talking about Zootopia 2, audience, and at least we all watched the first movie. I recall, right? It was during one of our movie nights.
Eventually,
yeah. The first one had a very in-your-face sort of messaging to it, like between let's use the R word, racism, and certain stereotypes amongst like other animals. But I guess for me, at least, it aged more gracefully after watching something like Elemental, which just made no sense in my opinion. I mean, like they both had the same points, but one side was actually more reasonable, that being Zootopia, than Elemental. So yeah, so I ended up appreciating this movie more. So where does that leave us off with Zootopia 2? Well, this just picks up like a few weeks at most after the end of the first film. Like you have Nick and Judy, both of them are are police officers now, and they're just trying to go on the line of duty, this and that. One conspiracy theory that was throughout this film, though, was actually about the founders of Zootopia. And this is kind of also something like people brought up in the last movie. You notice, like, some people were able to notice that there are, even though there are all these sorts of animals in Zootopia, yet there are certain animals that are not here. We see the mammals, but what about the aquatic life?
Because not everybody can live in the same damn city, all right?
Yeah, bro. They want to live in Atlantis.
All right.
I'm sure they could make like an underwater C-section, for them. I mean, remember, like, you gotta look at the shrubs, right? You remember that Godfather parody character? You look at his backstory in deleted scenes when he and his family came over. Like, they had a really great point to make. Like, clearly Zootopia was not made for everybody, but we came here, we worked where we could, we built a strong community, and look at that. They have their own little spot in Zootopia called Little Ratopia, where shrubs and rodents, the small stature, can all live, find jobs, build a strong community. Dude, that was the American dream right there. I gotta say. Again, I appreciate the shrubs a lot more nowadays. Like seeing what they did, because remember, the shrubs, they came in as immigrants, and within one generation, they basically built a whole town, a whole community in the city with mafia-like wealth. So I'm like, hey, big win for them. But yeah, again, the fact that people pointed out that there was certain animals that weren't in Zootopia, like that kind of reminds me back when I was watching Peacemaker, season 2, where I didn't notice until people online were bringing it up. Yeah, there are not no people of color in this perfect utopia. Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, but anyway, so you come to find out that actually the founders of this whole Zootopia was actually the snakes. You have this one grandmother snake who wanted to build like a place where all animals could come in and live freely as one community, right? So she built up the schematics, but she's aware that yes, every animal, there has to be places built for specific animals. So she was able to do the construction, build up the schematics for the construction of like barriers between like the desert, the the wet jungles, the Arctic, the Antarctic, this and that. So good on her. Unfortunately, like when she submitted those schematics, the guy she submitted it to decided to take it as his own, and like he ended up killing her so that there were no witnesses, so he could take all the credit. So like, god dang,
They're not getting
and
paid?
nope. As a matter of fact, he did the exact opposite. He actually framed her for murder.
Okay.
Because there was like this one elderly, I guess she was like a mayor or whatever, So he grabbed like a pair of fake fangs with venom and stabbed her with it to kind of make it look like a snake bit her, you know. So I was like, dang. And so yeah, because of that, like all the reptilian species were completely banned basically from Zootopia because of that.
God
And
damn it, dude.
and to add more insult to injury, when they were doing the construction, okay, the guy who stole the schematics was a cat, right? And to add more insult to injury, the town where the reptilians used to live, he specifically put the Antarctic side in that town. So yeah, like, oof, ouch. Yeah, the snakes were basically kicked out of their own land. So yikes.
Commentary.
I know, but that's where that's basically the main plot of this. You have the descendant of the snake, the snake founder. Let me bring him up. Hold on a sec.
Hey, man, I was trying to say goofy looking dude.
Here we go. This guy right here. Gary the Snake. The being DE. You know, he's actually voiced by
Gary
Short
B.
Round
Snake.
Jerry the Snake.
He's
Did
a
you
One Piece
expect
person.
creative naming conventions for a snake?
Mhm.
He's a One Piece character. He's a
I thought he was
part of
called
the B clan.
V. I thought he's called V. Did you say T?
D
He's saying
E
D.
D as in dog.
Oh,
D.
okay.
Yeah.
Bro,
Monkey D. Luffy.
T family,
This
bro.
the snake.
Yeah.
D snake, bro.
Yo, Gear 5, Gear 5 Gary.
Gear 4
Yeah.
Snake Man is based off him.
Like,
There you go. Okay, so to add a little bit more context about what happened to the reptilians, they basically were kicked out of Zootopia's barriers and are living on the outskirts of it. So they kind of have like their own. Ironically, they have their own little zone for them to live in. It kind of has like this New Orleans sort of vibe to it, you know. But like, what was that, Jake?
Oh, Jake can judge that.
But yeah, so Gary, he just wants to find the answers so he could bring his family back to their hometown in Zootopia, which he does because apparently, like, you know, his great grandmother hid the actual document, like, you know, that she was the, you know, basically the deed to the construction that was signed by her, you know. So he kind of has to find it, and you know, of course, he's gonna need help because where the reptilians town used to be is in the Antarctic. So he is going to need the help of Judy and.
there's an
Nick.
Arctic section in Zootopia?
Yeah,
You've been
this was
ignoring
in
his whole review?
I'm sorry.
Jake, this was in the movie, the first movie.
He didn't watch the movie.
That movie, I forgot most of that movie. But where is this city? Why is there bustling summers one place and Arctic areas elsewhere? How is this
Jake is a technological marvel of construction that the snake's ancestor built, literally.
They have weather.
Yeah,
control.
remember there's a jungle section, the city section, a snow section. There's another section I forgot about.
They have water, so they have weather controlling technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was gonna be. I was like, "What the fuck is this place geographically?"
Yeah.
You should be
Jake.
happy. Reed Richards haven't even done that.
Yeah, Jake. Again, this is kind of why I appreciate this more as opposed to like something like what Elemental did, you know. So where they're trying to say it's wrong that people are not mingling together. Well, I mean, in some cases, actually, it is for their own safety. You know, I mean, try having like an elephant. Would you be comfortable seeing a sheep associate itself with a bunch of wolves? No, tell me. Yeah.
I mean, if you're cool with it, but I mean, I would look at it.
They're not my choice. I don't care about it.
Okay. Just checking, you know. So anyway, so Gary is actually voiced by Short Round. Yeah, I forgot his actual name. Short Round from Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
he's having a bit of a resurgence. What? You don't know that little
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't watch Indiana Jones.
I didn't watch it. I just know who Short Round is. He's a little kid.
Yeah. So anyway, I like his voice for this character because, like, again, Zootopia it does emphasize like certain racial tropes amongst species, but at the same time they're trying to grow past it. Like in Gary's situation, yeah, when you think of a snake, you think of somebody slithery or sneaky, this and that. Gary is one of the cuddliest characters you'll meet. Like you actually do want to get a hug by him,
They should
But
have did a scorpion.
I think that might have been too on the nose. That might have been too
No,
on
they
the
should have did a
nose.
scorpion because the whole story is that like the scorpion was that dude to help him get across the water, and he stabbed him halfway through. Like, but that's by nature.
Okay, to be fair, if you get a scorpion, in that case, you have to have a frog in that picture. Then So anyway,
Well, that could be the origin of the beef, right?
Yeah, there's that too. So yeah, he comes in. He's trying to look for that deed to Zootopia. He requests the help from Nick and Judy. Oh, speaking of those two, audience in the last movie, I personally saw them as friends. I thought that would have been just a better message. A guy and a girl could just be friends, But apparently there's this whole shipping community afterwards.
No.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, a lot of nerve.
You think that two people of the opposite gender can be together, have a good chemistry, and be friends? Are you insane?
Well,
you're really trying to friend zone a fox.
They can't even be friends if they were the same gender. What are you talking about?
I hate that so much. What's going on nowadays? But no, I thought that personally, I think it would have been better if they had just been friends. But after watching this movie, God dang it, I ship these two. Like seriously, they know what they're writing with this film. Like, I might as well bring up the picture, right? So anyway, the writers know what they're doing. Like in the beginning, like they're assigned to have. In the police department, these two are partners, right? But after a botched assignment, they were.
Can we talk about that? By the way, you're telling me he didn't have to pass the police school. This man just got rewarded and was in the building.
I saw the rookie. I know about police academy and all that stuff. Right? He didn't even go on his probationary period.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's already a predator, so he's already classified as a predator, so he already has.
That sounds terrible,
Hey, come on. No, there's a reason why
a predator, so hunting down people shouldn't be that hard for him.
Well, to be fair, man, I mean, it was already a big deal when Judy the bunny became a police officer because there's literally been no other mammals as police officers, So
the message of the first movie was not to judge a leopard by his spots, Christian.
It was just there has been no small police officer.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean,
but remember that everybody else was mammals. It was just the police chief of the ox.
And also, Nick has some resources that can help the police department track down criminals. He knows how to work the law on the other side.
Then he would be a consultant. He wouldn't just automatically be a cop at that point. We go to him for information.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a hero in Zootopia along with Judy because they solved the biggest case.
That doesn't make you a cop, though. That doesn't,
But anyway, so yeah, in this movie they botched their last assignment, so they were assigned to go to partners counseling. Yeah. What does that seem to be implying? Partners counseling, So they're trying to work out some of their personal issues, this and that. Nick is trying to convince Judy not to, not every assignment we're given we should be risking our lives for, this and that.
Sorry, are you guys not fucking cops? What?
He'll help you don't go to the academy, Jake.
Hey, what makes you talking about?
No, he'll explain his reasoning later. And you guys remember that recording device? That little carrot?
The pen.
Yeah, that carrot pen, yeah. Yeah, that pops up all throughout this movie too, because Nick still has that, and even Judy says
that's illegal. That should have been put in evidence. You shouldn't have that. That's illegal.
Oh wow, you trust a fox to be going by the book?
Whoa, these are the worst cops. These are the worst cops of all people, of all time.
Oh no, but that little recording device was used as a Judy. According to Judy, that's just like a token of their connections, of their promise to each other, basically, And there does come a moment where the carrot pen ends up dropping and breaking, and that was like a serious tension moment between the two. Oh man, like that was like a friendship ring that basically broke for them. But yeah.
What are you, five?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, throughout this whole movie, you have Gary the Snake. He's actually friends with one of the descendants of the cat people. The ones that killed his family. But that cat person, he's basically like the outcast of his own family.
It's Shark Tales.
So you can tell me there's a bunch of fucking losers around.
Yeah.
Everyone's a loser.
Well, it kind of seemed like he was trying to help the snake as well, trying to help him find justice. But later on, he ends up betraying the whole group. Turns out, no, he actually wants to help the snake find that deed so he could personally destroy it and make that his accomplishment.
You're not about to send me to poverty, nigga.
Hold on, because if he got the deed and the snake got his way, I mean, they were friends. He could have just been like, he could have been to the rich guy.
You're not about to make my whole family poor.
Yeah.
By taking our land away, Jake.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Because the cat family, they're known as the founders of Zootopia.
Oh, I get because they're the fat cats. They're the fat cats. I feel like a writer.
I got fat cats and super stacks, Jake. This is how it goes.
Pretty much. Oh, and did I also mention we got a new mayor here? He's voiced by Crunk. He's Stallion.
Dear God. Oh, dear God.
But no, he was an action movie star that ended up going into politics and ended up becoming mayor.
So he's Republican. Okay, I understand.
Oh boy. Okay. I mean, what was Arnold Schwarzenegger?
So you're saying this is just Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah.
Oh no, it's not like fuck. I'm forgetting Ronald Reagan. He was like the Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. But anyway, all right, so that cat's betrays all of them, and I kind of like this one little scene, right? Because his family is not aware of what his plan was. As far as they were aware, that kid was going to destroy their family by fighting that deed. But by the time he returns back to their house, the main head father is like, "You are not welcome here. You are banned from this house. I have no son." But the son is like saying, "Wait, no, dad, no, this is all just a plan. Like, you see, I was able to find out where that actual deed was, so I could go burn it, and nobody will be able to know that we lied this whole entire time." And he says this while the mayor is in the corner of the room. And he's like, what? Wait, what did you just say? And the cat
family for being an idiot.
And now the cat father's like, "Oh Jesus, cheese and crackers. Okay, you want to keep your job, mayor? You say nothing, all right?" Basically.
No, he should have went full against and just pulled out the equalizer and ended the mirror.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, but anyway, final battle really happens, right? There comes, when the cat, betrays everybody, there comes this point where, he uses a device that, stabs Judy, with two fangs and, venom on it. And, he grabs Gary the Snake and throws him into the snow. And, oh, man, that was just a sad scene. He was just going to pin all the blame on the snake, because, hey, if people come into this room and see that, a bunny has bite marks and got poisoned and there's a snake around the corner, what are you going to assume, So, oh, damn. But, there was tension there, but Nick ended up coming in and saving the day. They both ended up sacrificing themselves to putting their lives on the line to save each other. And there comes the confession moment. And look, I kid you not, Nick was literally saying, look, when I say not all jobs require you to put your life on the line. Well, that's just because I don't want to see you get hurt. You're the most important. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, when I joined the ZPD, I didn't join it because I wanted to be a cop. I joined it because I've always wanted to be part of a pack, and that scares me because Judy, you are my pack. Like, and then Judy opens up herself too and saying like, there's nobody in this universe that I will want to be partners with besides you, Nick. You believe in me even when I don't believe in myself. Nick, you are my fluffle. Wait, I'm your what? That means a pack of rabbits. Like, so, yeah, I mean, can it be more heavy-handed to you? Like, yeah, this is a full-on shipping moment, So, oh, sorry. So, yeah, after seeing this movie, you definitely want to see these two hook up. Even by the end, like Nick literally tells her, "I love you, partner," and she has it recorded on her carrot carrot recording device, And she literally the last scene of this movie is her putting that carrot device in her window counter as she plays it over and over again. The "I love you, partner" line, But overall, the day does get saved. They were able to get the snakes back into Zootopia. The secret has been revealed, and they got their own land. They got their land back. So hey, reparations. There you go, audience. Snakes got their land back.
Story.
It's one step at a time, Jake. One step at a time. So, and the movie does end with it implying that we see a feather falling over the carrot recording device. So yeah, next movie has to deal with birds. So I don't know how they're going to go about that. I mean, maybe they could say birds were like I don't know, they see themselves as higher beings than
they were the
land
colonizers.
Were they kicked out? Oh, that actually could be a real thing. You can make a point about saying like the birds explore the world, marking their territory. They always go south for the winter just to colonize it.
They believe in manifest destiny.
Don't you know, Caribbean? People were pissed off about this film.
Really? Okay, what happened?
I saw a lot of people mad, and they kept sharing around the scene of Nick being arrested or something while he drove away with the snake.
Well, from what I recall, she was not. No. Judy, she got tranquilized at that scene. So she was knocked out. So she couldn't really do. By the time she woke up, she was told that Nick just got arrested. So she didn't leave by choice in that moment, Austin.
And the clip I thought like she was fine. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know people were pissed. There's so many people that was bad right there.
Misinformation, audience. Misinformation right there.
That's the plot of the third movie. That's the plot of the third movie.
Yeah. But now this is going to have to be one movie we watch during movie night. I mean, like, dude, they're literally going to a gala in their finest clothes, Like,
I don't know. We want to see your furry fantasy come to life. All right.
Hey, it's not my furry fantasy. I mean, I'm just invested in that point.
You were just gushing over a fox and a bunny, bro.
You realize that could be a plot in itself, right? A biracial couple, right?
And actually, couple.
No, just like every other plot in the world.
Actually, the first ever interspecies couple in Zootopia. Now that I think about
it, the third movie is going to be them adopting a kid.
Right. Or having a child of their own, like
they're gonna adopt a kid.
Oh, dude,
they're not gonna have some weird hybrid mutant baby, all right?
Hey, they both gotta have a baby. I mean, it's not as weird as like the Johnny and Pokemon thing, where those are vastly two different species.
There was no baby.
A bunny.
Yeah, the difference is one of them weren't trying to make a baby. You're saying literally a fox and a.
Well,
you're saying two people have some type of mixed, weird hybrid baby.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this is a bunny and a fox in this situation. You know, they're still just two furry animals with claws and teeth. You know, so
they're not part of the same branch.
They might do but they're not gonna do it. They're gonna have.
Do you know why dogs can't have sex with can't have babies with cats?
Well, wait, isn't there a dog out there that's 1/10 cat?
I'm going to tell
about what Disney's gonna do.
I'm pretty sure. No. Remember that dog that replaced Brian in Family Guy? He literally stated, I'm 1/10 cat.
Family Guy. There's a
Family Guy.
Listen.
He comes from a breed of dogs.
Disney's not gonna do. This movie prove anything is that they can't canonically be a couple until probably the end of the series. So they're gonna have the third movie or a future movie where they adopt a child off the streets or something. And that becomes the third, but it's not really like they really.
No, they got to get married the next film. Jake, and the last one got to be about the child.
Right.
So next movie is going to be them confirming that they are a couple because this movie just did everything but imply that they are.
That's what I'm saying. But they can't be. I don't think Disney's going to let them be a couple. I think that's why they're going to keep implying it, and they're going to introduce elements of a couple that that they would have if they were together. So it's I'm saying the next movie they might have a child that isn't really theirs. They just have to look out for it, and that child wasn't being theirs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you could do that, man. I mean, like literally, there's one scene where Judy is talking with her parents, right? And they're literally giving her advice on partnership. Like the father's like telling her, okay, remember the first rule of a partnership: you can either be right or you can either be happy. Like. Hey, that's wisdom from a married man right there, audience. You know.
Also, another rule is both of you wear protection. You never know what you're gonna feel.
Oh man.
I want to see 25 mutant hybrid babies popping out of this small bunny rabbit, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what makes you think one rabbit's gonna have so many babies, Austin? You know?
Do you know how bunnies have babies?
Okay, just because they're good at math doesn't mean they have so many babies at once. All right, I think
it's canonical in our world that bunnies have a lot of babies. That's where the saying comes from. They breed like rabbits.
Jake, that was in the first movie. Remember she had like 100 brothers and sisters.
Oh, that is true.
Thanks.
Okay. That's what it is. Hey, Zootopia, guys. I mean,
once they start, they're not going to stop, and you're doing this thing. You're doing this thing.
But
just watch this movie and tell me you're not going to want to see these two as a couple by the end.
I'm just saying I want to see them as a couple. I'm just saying I don't want to see them have kids. I think that's just the kind of words that we're not ready.
Won't let that happen.
Right. So what I'm saying right now is, hey guys, Zootopia 2, I'm sure it's as good or a little bit less good than the first one. Go check it out at theaters.
Personally, I'm going to go see this again at theaters. That's how much I enjoyed this.
Kristen pretty much spoiled the movie for you, but if you're like me and don't care about spoilers, I'll make you want to watch the movie more. So go ahead and watch it.
See, I told y'all Cryptid was a furry from the start. Y'all
no, I ain't a furry, man. I just invested in a relationship. All right, this relationship now, okay?
Bro, wait till you see Sonic 4, bro. Sonic and Amy's gonna blow his mind.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I just want to say this. Hey, I just want to say this.
We gotta kick him off the show.
I just want to say this, audience. I hated that shipping between that water guy and that fire gal from Elemental. That was never gonna work. You want to talk about relationships that don't work? That shouldn't, literally. So
they can have a steam baby.
No, they can't.
Oh, that's not how it works, man. Try making a house between those two that won't kill the other. Yeah, tell me that. Yeah. So, all right. So, you guys have any final thoughts before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. That gave us a good 30 minutes of content. So, let's see what the others do. Moving on to the next. Austin, this is you, dude.
It is?
This is your people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're the one who brought this up in the hot topics, man.
I will, but I'm saying this is your people. You don't want to announce it? This ain't your guy?
Okay. Give me a sec, William. Let me bring it up. Okay, so was Deadpool and Wolverine a flop? Nah, because
So you might be wondering how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yo ho ho! They took
And
about
because Disney, fuck you. It's because Disney was dishonest about how much they spent on the film.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So, do anyone remember how much they thought Deadpool and Wolverine made?
It was over $1 billion.
Was it over $1 billion?
Yeah, it was over $1 billion. Okay, let me go look up the actual number right now.
No, whatever. Either way, the point is they didn't make as much money they thought they did. Or we thought they did, and it wasn't It was a success, but it wasn't the mega success they were trying to frame it as. That was just Disney trying to do their look, y'all. We bouncing back. See, the MCU's back. Aren't you happy, Jake? The MCU's doing good again.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
$1 billion movie.
It made $1,338,000,000.
that's true.
So I don't know if you remember the initial release. They thought, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So they originally said, "Oh, we only spent like $200 million on this," and I was including advertising. The actual number, Jake, that they spent without telling you,
right,
was $500 million.
I'm looking at the budget.
So now we have to talk about. So that doesn't affect this. That's not counting the advertising.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So
now think about how much money would it took to keep Human Torch in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So they spent $500 million. The movie made $1 billion, and then they also merchandising sales do go into it. It probably didn't make as big of a profit as we thought.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that it was a flop. They were just for the hook of the article.
Right. So,
but it's starting to expose this trend of Disney and Warner Bros. All these big companies lying about how much they're spending on film for like no reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, for something like,
remember, this is not the first time. Like it started with Black Adam. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay.
Well, they're not lying for no reason. It's for the investors. So investors don't think there's a problem in investing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
But if you make $1 million, I feel like you just tell us the truth at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about the world of investors. I just know that that's the only reason they would do it. They're not lying to you and me.
I just don't want to believe like a movie that made over $1 billion would be considered a flop. I mean,
Well, that's not even the
point. It was just a hook for the article.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A hook for the.
But you think people go to read an article that says, "Oh, Deadpool didn't make as much money as you thought it did." Like, no, people don't care.
But even if it was a flop, that's more about the studio's use of money than it is about the movie itself.
Oh yeah.
I really wouldn't know how much Human Torch would have boosted this money, bro.
Sure.
Or Ghost Rider. Remember, they were trying to make him pop up in this film. They're trying to make a lot of characters pop up in this film audience. So, yeah.
What, Jake? Well, hold on, Jake. What's that Star Wars show? The last one, the adult one. What's it called? Andor.
Yeah, Andor. Yeah, that's your show.
So the reason I brought this up was I'm not good with names. The reason I brought this up was because this is back on track with that argument that everyone was making that Disney spends way too much on product.
No,
because you saw how much they spent on Deadpool Wolverine. Dude, that's a movie. That's going to make its money. It made its money back and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andor was $650 million.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh.
And remember, Andor season 2 and stuff was made after they said we're going to dial the money back because of that Secret Invasion.
It's true.
Oh, wow.
But if you remember, Kevin Feige also brought up after Secret Wars, these movies are going to be cheaply made. They're studying how to make movies cheap again. So,
no,
yeah, was the first one of that.
Yeah. No. I think it's more like we're not going to do the work of 2 movies for 1 movie, basically. Hey, I'm pretty sure, like in a year or 2 from now, we're going to get the actual budget for Captain America: Brave New World. The one that had constant
That's
amounts
what
of
I'm waiting
reshoot.
on.
Yeah, So, I mean,
We knew they lied about that one.
yeah. Like the best case scenario, the best situation it landed on was that movie breaking even, but again, they didn't imply that all the costs really added much, even though we know that's bullshit. So yeah, well, with Deadpool and Wolverine, again, like this was like the highest box office Deadpool movie they had, right? The other ones I think we made.
X-Men film.
Yep. I think the other Deadpool movies made like about around the 700 million mark. This one, hey, I always like this is a success. One of Marvel's, win moments. I mean, how many people were dancing to "Bye Bye Bye" online? So.
Yeah, don't be scared about it. Your movie you like is still good. It was just revealed that they just lied about numbers again. For
He's
investment.
lying about what was happening.
The only thing. Yeah, the only
with another lie, guys. That's what Wonder Woman does.
Yeah, the only thing that didn't age well with this movie was that whole nice bull situation. But yeah, still enjoy it. Still fun. I'll still watch it like many more times. Never get bored of it. But hey, I can admit I'm biased in the Department audience. All right, so yeah.
Yeah, Jay, he's biased. What about you?
Hey, this is one property I could. Look, this is my favorite. This is basically my favorite child, man. I can't say anything bad about my favorite child.
I thought the movie was good.
That's fine. You don't need to. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah. So, all right. Any more meat to this story?
Huh? No, it just makes me worry that, it makes me worry that Kevin Feige is just saying stuff, and they haven't done it yet. Because we know Defense 4 apparently wasn't that much spent on.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like, do I really want to believe that? If it comes out that Defense 4 was a failure because they actually spent like double the thing, I'm going to be pissed. I'm not going to lie to you.
I just can't, when the Fantastic Four situation compared to, Captain America 4, right? I just can't believe, if Marvel Studios decided we're going to be making all these scenes with Mole Man as the main villain. Oh wait, let's scrap all that for Galactus. So yeah, we're not going to use any of that footage.
To be fair, with all the deleting they did show, it does feel like there's a whole other 30 minutes of that film.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess.
So you got all the Mole Man scenes. You have it's a good chunk of the beginning of the film that's just not there. Like Mole Man and Sue meeting and all the other stuff. Remember, Red Ghost had a whole lot of scenes in the movie that got cut.
Well, Red Ghost isn't that expensive of a character to bring up. He's just an old guy.
His super apes they're all CGI.
Okay, the ape. Well, okay, yeah, the apes. Not saying he needs a whole army of apes. You could have just.
He needs 4.
Yeah, just 4. Not even, maybe just 1 or 2. That's it. So.
And technically, you can do 3 if you get him a superpower instead.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean that's really.
That's it. Y'all can move on.
Okay. Dude, let's see if we can last an hour of all the rest of these topics, man. Okay,
I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, hey! This is such a nothing thing. We can just talk about Sonic. Fuck it, I'll put Sonic up on the screen.
Oh god,
fuck you! This isn't nothing at all. No. This is not nothing at all. I love this idea for a sequel.
Okay, go ahead.
That's right. Fuck you, Jake. Macaulay Culkins said that he had an idea for a sequel, and I think it's genius. So his idea for a Home Alone sequel would be that him and his son obviously aren't getting along like him and his parents were. He goes outside. He leaves to go do something. His son locks him out, and the movie's about him trying to get in and get through the traps instead of somebody else.
Well, right off the bat,
and I was like, that would be a great spin on the whole situation because he's the original actor for the first two.
Yeah, yeah, you know. Well, I mean, it's already a better pitch than the last Home Alone movie. You know, that little snot-nosed
The
kid.
last two, I think we're at 5 right now.
I know.
The Home Alone 3 or 4, and then there's like a reboot or something.
No, they had one. I think it was 2 years ago, right, where they put it in the same universe as Kevin McAllister. I mean, they even had his brother there as Spud, right? He was a police officer. But everybody hated that film. Everybody hated that film because one, the kid was completely unlikable, and two, the two parents who were trying to go into that house, right? There was a misunderstanding where those two adults were about to lose their home, and they were led to believe that the kid stole this very valuable doll from their house that would have saved their house. So they had to get that doll at all costs, otherwise their family's going to be homeless. So that's just what made that whole movie really horrible because, okay, you put all those traps on two parents that are about to lose their home. Two nice people.
That really fucked up.
Yeah. That's why that movie didn't do too good. But it was trying to at least expand on the Home Alone universe because they also showed that Kevin McAllister grew up and has his own home security business.
That makes sense.
Really?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. He pioneered home
he built traps to catch people. Of course, he's gonna make it an alarm system.
He
Motherfucker, these are traps.
He built this
Jigsaw
Jr. with a box of scraps.
You're talking about Jigsaw Jr.
Okay, to be fair,
I think it'll be funnier for him to get outsmarted by his own kid trying to outdo the traps that he did as a child.
Yeah.
No, I'm
like, damn, I fucked those people. I did those people dirty.
No, he doesn't do that. I just think that's his job, though. I like his job.
No, Jake. So you're telling me you would want Kevin McAllister to be setting up a home security system at your house?
I want him to be. Listen,
dude,
I know my house will be safe.
No wouldn't, man. You look.
It'll be safe for me.
No, Jake. You look back at those Home Alone movies, right?
You will fuck up one time, you're dead. You understand?
No, it's not even that. It's not even that, man. He's literally destroying his own home for the sake of these traps.
Bro, no. That's you're thinking about when he was a kid, dog. Now that he's old, he has a college education. He knows he's about to this crap.
That's worse. That means he's building more elaborate shit, Jake. He probably got a laser in that basement.
You're comparing Phase 1 Iron Man 1 kid to like fucking Endgame, okay? This is a different ballpark, okay? This is
Yeah, the traps are way worse, more destructive and fucked up.
They'll be more destructive, but they'll be targeted and focused. All right, he had a long time to learn.
In the words of a great man, you built a sword and you tell us it's a shield, Jake.
Listen. I believe in this. I believe in his product, bro. I believe in it.
Would you guys believe me if I told you? You guys remember that Batman multiversal channel I keep telling you guys about, where Batman literally makes videos about contingency plans against any random character? Well, he actually made one. He actually made one about Kevin McAllister, analyzing him.
That makes bullying kids now. I see.
No. I mean, he's like saying, "No, this kid. People like Kevin McAllister don't exactly slip under society upon growing older. The fact that this kid is able to utilize the resources that he has up his disposal and create some truly horrific gadgetry and mechanisms with them shows that this kid could possibly be a big threat going forward into adulthood, So, yeah, I gotta show you guys that video. Like, hey, I mean, heck, if anything, Batman might be looking at this kid and saying, you know what, you might have what it takes to be my next Robin, So, yeah. But anyway, the pitch about Kevin McAllister, trying to get inside from his son that locked him out. Okay, I mean, yeah. Again, I think everybody's just trying to get away from that bad taste that was left in people's mouths from the last Home Alone film. So yeah, and plus Macaulay Culkin, he's at the point in his life where he's just literally doing whatever he wants at this point. I mean, heck, I know his wife is doing a lot of movie gigs, and he himself is like, hey, tagging along, doing small gigs here and there. Funny enough, he was actually in the Zootopia movie. Yeah. Oh, damn, that's one thing I also forgot about Zootopia. It had a lot of cameos in there. Everywhere from Macaulay Culkin, Brenda Song, CM Punk, what's his name? Roman Reigns. What else? Michael J. Fox. He was Michael the Fox.
Did he sponsor this film?
Huh?
Did he sponsor this film or something?
Who?
WWE.
I didn't see any endorsement from WWE's stance on this. Nah. So, yeah. But to be frank, man, you wouldn't recognize that all their characters were these actors. I mean, they just felt like they were just background characters. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, they played the Zebros, just two zebras that were bros.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the way you said that.
They also had Bob. Hey, they also had Bob Iger there. He was Bob Tiger, who was a weatherman.
CJ is literally Disney paid this film off. They're like, we got you. All right.
To be fair, man, that was a nice little Easter egg there because apparently Bob Iger was a weatherman during his early days. So yeah. That was fun. Oh, and Michael Fox. Michael J. Fox was there. He was Michael the Fox. And he was beating up a guy calling him Butthead. He was beating up a guy while calling him Butthead.
Yo, before Austin,
I'm not watching this movie tonight, bro. Let me know. I'm not showing the
before Austin burns Zootopia to the ground. Let's go to the next one.
Oh wow. Okay, well let's go back to this movie. All right, so yeah, I think everybody's down for.
But no. So he also revealed that his kids did not know he was Kevin until like a few days ago.
Oh wow.
Well, they finally saw. He got a picture of himself with his mom. And he for the first one in a while, he brought it back to hang it up. And they're like, "Who's that kid? He looks like Kevin for that movie." And he looked at them like they were stupid. Apparently.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, I'll give the kids that credit at least. Like, growing up, did we know what our parents looked like when they were our age?
No, because there's no way they saw the movie.
I have photos.
There's no way they didn't see the movie.
I was one of the few that didn't have one kid photo till now.
No. It's like that. There's no way they didn't see the movie, and the dad wasn't like, "Hey, so that kid's me, right? Like, it's me right there. It's me right there."
I like the idea that he just never wanted to watch it with. They all watch it by themselves.
Okay, well, to be fair, Macaulay Culkin probably had seen that movie a billion times at this point. Like, I do remember one story that his wife was talking about, right? Like, during one Christmas, she actually was playing Home Alone for the family, feeling like, hey, I mean, it's Christmas, we might as well watch it. But Macaulay Culkin actually was ruining it for her because during the movie, he was playing commentary and telling her all the tidbits, the ins and outs.
So, we actually had an actual bowling ball kill a man, and then we just
that scene where
on fire. That's actual fire. Like, this dude was going to die.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, you see that scene where I'm throwing a hot piece of iron at that sticky bandit? Well, that was actually a 400-pound camera that was falling down a laundry chute, and that was almost going to kill that one actor. Dude, apparently, he ruined that movie. He ruined Home Alone for his wife. She's like, okay, no, I can't watch this. I don't want to learn all the magic, So yeah. Oh yeah. Home Alone audience. It won't be the worst thing that happens in the future, So yeah. Yeah, now that this brings me back to Zootopia, I just realized, man, Zootopia is almost 10 years old. Did you know that?
That's true.
Damn. 2016 audience. Took them almost 10 years to make a sequel.
Bro, I love how we're like talking about about this, and you're like, but Zootopia, though. That movie really stuck with you, man. That
It was a good one, man. You guys gotta watch it, all right? You got watch that movie and tell me you don't watch that movie and tell me you don't want to get hugged by a snake. You know,
we'll watch it eventually.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, all right then. I guess with that. Any final thoughts on this before we move on?
Nah.
Okay.
I want it to happen. If we have forced to get Home Alone again, you might as well do this idea. This is better than the last few.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, guys, I guess I'll do this one. So check
Thank
it,
you.
right? So Hasbro canceled Power Rangers or rebooting Power Rangers, so they're canceling the current universe. Because of that, in Japan, they said, "Fuck it, our sales are down. We're canceling them too." Right? Solidarity, reboots for all. So that's basically me just abridging what the information actually was. So there you go. I love how you use.
For anyone who don't know, go ahead.
I love how you use the oldest Super Sentai footage you could find, like right when they got the different colored suits. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's for the visual, Jake.
Okay. You could have used the Mighty
No,
Morphin.
okay.
You could have used the Zoo Ranger. And
You literally bitch any other time to use Mighty Morphin.
No. But you could have used Jew Ranger footage because you could tell because of the camera when that's Super Sentai. So,
I spent months hearing you bitch about them overusing Mighty Morphin. Okay, I'm not doing that.
well, all right. Damn.
Okay.
But so if people don't remember, Jake, what's that guy? Sabine? Saban? Does he say it?
Ren Saban.
Saban Ren, from Ahsoka, of course. The deal he made with Hasbro, and so people don't remember. The original deal was the Super Sentai creators. I don't remember the original. The people own the thing right now. They were supposed to do the Power Ranger toys, Super Sentai toys, all that other stuff all together. Sabine's deal took away a huge chunk of their revenue and made it dependent on Hasbro, with Hasbro making the toys.
Uh-huh.
And then when Hasbro killed, when they decided to kill Power Rangers, that's like, imagine like 7% of your revenue just go down.
Okay.
And now it led to the situation where they see it as they're losing money. They see it as more profitable to kill the Super Sentai visual and name and just make a brand new team-based franchise that doesn't qualify Super Sentai.
But this time, it will be probably mostly the same, just some changes.
They're basically replacing old regular Slurm with new Slurm, and then 10 years down the line, they'll revive the old Slurm and call it Slurm Classic. Thank you, Futurama, for that reference.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have much thoughts on this. I mean, until something happens.
I have a few.
Well, I mean, until something happens with this, I mean, cool. The only Super Sentai that I care about is Gokaiger. I'm sure there's some other great ones out there. I know the Samurai one is pretty good, but Gokaiger from
the greatest one of all time. But right. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, from what I've seen from Gokaiger, that is one of my favorite Power Rangers. Anything it was Gokaiger. So, those who don't know, Gokaiger is Mega Force, but better, infinitely better. So,
okay.
They actually were space pirates then, so I actually fit the theme. So kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't believe you're not sad that you're gonna miss out on the origin of the great lord, Japanese lord, Jaden Shiba.
The original, yeah, the original Jaden Shiba. Yeah, you got all his aura from his Super Sentai counterpart, apparently. Yeah, that is what it is. Like I said, this is just kind of like the start of a news thing, but without anything to follow up, it's not really much news.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few things to follow up. I think they're going to. It seems like they're going to try to permanently tie it all together with Kamen Rider and stuff.
Okay.
And from my understanding, they're going to tie it all together with Kamen Rider. Like it's going to be like one universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that's what it seems like they're planning to do.
Sounds like they want to do a shared universe. It sounds like.
I guess they don't have to do a lot of rebooting or legwork. They can just say it's all here. So.
Well, to be fair, a lot of Kamen Riders are by themselves. They're just going to make a new Kamen Rider, and it's going to be in that universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that one would have actual brand name on it.
Yeah. For people who don't know, Kamen Rider is like Shin Megami Tensei, and Super Sentai is like Persona. So there you go.
That doesn't help them. How'd they tell them what Kamen Rider is?
Because SMT is the more mature brand, and Persona is the more like kid-friendly one. So.
But I will let you know, most Kamen Rider outfits look trash. I'm not going to let them defend that shit.
That is true. That is the dripping clean. I mean, they act like it's clean, but it's not.
It's all usually most of the ones that are based on Beatles do not look good. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. But I will say they know how to flex that suit. Like it is good. So props to
yeah, I'll give them that. A lot of the later suits and current suits are good, are generally good suits. But those first 25, we might have to talk about it. But the reason I think this is a big deal to a degree is just so many of these big brands are being ended or rebooted. Like you said, Power Rangers ended like 3 years ago now. We still haven't got the new thing yet. So it's very possible that Super Sentai fans and Power Rangers are going to be without their fix for a good while. Because when they come back, they have to come back with everything. New show, they have to have the toys already made, the Megazords already made, plans for seasons already made. Like you got to have all that stuff already mapped out. And then launch it all in one go. And if that shit flop, I promise you, if the new Super Sentai flop, same with Power Rangers, that shit's done. They're not going to try again anytime soon.
To be fair, this had to happen, at least for Power Rangers. I can't tell you the landscape of Super Sentai right now, but like Power Rangers is kind of going through the motions where they left off. Don't get me wrong, I like the last Dino Charge and all that, but even that show, it's like, man, we the energy wasn't there. It hasn't been there for like years, honestly. Since RPM, honestly. Now that there's some good moments, it's just all of like Power just kind of slowly been dying since Neo Saban onward. So I don't know.
Would you argue that they should have made Power Rangers more mature over time?
Yeah. Well, that's what they originally did. People don't really give it the credit it is, but if you go by the original
Jake, I don't mean just actually for teenagers. I mean like the rated M stuff that people wanted.
No.
Oh, whoa.
I think Power Rangers is there.
I don't know. We're not talking about sex. Calm down. But they wanted like actual like.
I don't think
is society ready for a mature rated Power Rangers?
No, I think any story.
We had one. We had a demo kind of made by the creator, that guy that Witch hates, who did an adaptation of DMC and Castlevania stuff. He made a gritty Power Rangers that people were hyped about for a while. But I do think that was too much.
I think any Power Ranger story you can tell with these colorful characters can be told through like a at best young adult, but not rated M. Like that's as high as you can go. At some point, you're just kind of taking away the identity of what it's supposed to be. If you go too far, I'm not saying they can't have dramatic elements. I mean, even the goofier shows have dramatic elements, but it's like at some point it's still Power Rangers, That's why, I equate this to like Shadow the Hedgehog, the game. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that story in terms of like the premise. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the story in terms of premise. That could be
pick a game I don't like.
Right. Well, no. And so the premise. There's nothing wrong with that game in terms of premise. I mean, the whole lore is really interesting, but it's just like how far it goes to be mature, quote unquote. It stops being itself. It stops being a Sonic story at some point, or a Shadow story. I mean,
I personally agree with the young adult thing. I personally think a big problem with Power Rangers not like sticking is how they do the designs for stuff. Because like for us as kids, the bulky Power Ranger stuff was cool, but it's not cool anymore.
No,
like the Megazord being a big block man is not cool anymore.
No,
and the monster designs, depending on the series, were terrible.
Yeah, the last
I told Jake this all the time. I hate when they have themes for the villains, and then there's always like 5 they just had nothing to do with that theme.
Sure.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things in Power Rangers that just don't work anymore. I mean, the constant use of the Megazord makes things like very predictable. I reward shows more for how if they use the Megazord less than other shows. I'm like, oh, that's good. Good on you. I always argue that just relying on the Megazord should be a special event. It is 5 robots coming together to make a super robot. That's not something you should just be busting out casually. There are 5 other robots to use. Okay, so use that first. The whole a lot of the tropes are kind of repetitive. Power Rangers can't also decide like if it is a kitty kid show or if it is trying to tell mature stories, even within the same series. Like I was rewatching Dino Charge some episodes the other day, and it was like it was such a kid show to the point it was ignoring characters to some extent. It was like Shelby, who's like the Pink Ranger. She had this plan to like hunt down the Energems or whatever, and everyone thought she was like, oh well, your plan's kind of stupid. Her plan was literally just let's just make a tracker that tracks the energy of the gems, and everyone was like, I don't know about that, Shelby. But the only reason that was a plot point was because they wanted to teach kids, like, oh yeah, don't just assume people's ideas are dumb based on their personalities. So it's like that's such a no-brainer plan. Like y'all should have thought about that. Like, you know what I mean? I guess I'm saying that to say like Power Rangers has always had this thing where it just can't decide like what it wants to be per show. So if it does come back, it needs to have a consistency, or at least if it starts out kiddie, it needs to do ironically what Bionicle did, which is start off as like a kid thing and mature into that.
So he can bring everything to Zootopia, you can bring everything back to Bionicle.
It's true, well, because that already happened. Mine's coming forward. Okay, so but I bring that to say that like I think that's where if you want to do that kiddie thing again, have that be at the start, but don't make that like the whole brand. Like grow them up, but stop them at some point. You know. So.
I need to see how they do the suit design and the robot design going forward, because you're rebooting Power Rangers. You can't make the same thing, and we know they're going to do Mighty Morphin because they're obsessed with Mighty Morphin.
Yeah,
I need this to somewhere be between the movie and the actual 2017 movie and the show. I need somewhere like a nice in between those two films, in my opinion. I mean, those two shows. Show and film.
Yeah.
I mean, design-wise, I mean, feeling-wise, character-wise. Because I know a lot of people didn't like this. Well, I know a lot of people at the time didn't like the 2017 movie. But as a start to Power Rangers, I think that was a good start. It was just bad Megazord design.
Well, as long as it was okay, and we just got to the Green Ranger saga, I was okay. I was like, damn, man, works for me.
Ironically, Green Ranger could have probably saved that. Anybody who had like any negative.
Ironically, yes, Tommy Oliver probably would have saved that universe. I would not hold the guy. He probably would. I mean, I have my problems with Tommy, but the Green Ranger saga is like really great for like Mighty Morphin. It was really good.
I want to slap Kimberly one more time. That shit was funny. The way he threw his hand back for the slap, it's like the most feminine slap I've ever seen in my life. Like it felt like pure disrespect. I would have been mad if I was her.
I think, but I mean, also, if you're gonna reboot this franchise, you need to sit down and have an honest to God talk about like what makes Power Rangers work. And I don't mean just like one series. I don't mean like just like if we're rebooting Mighty Morphin, I don't want you to be thinking about what makes Mighty Morphin work. I want you to think about like what makes Power Rangers work. How is Power Rangers?
This next series defines everything about your Power Rangers.
Yeah, because you're gonna be stuck with this model for a while. So you need to figure out at the core, like, well, even if we change protagonists, what about Power Rangers needs to stay between all of them? So,
Will we hire actual? Are we gonna hire teenagers or grown people again?
There you
go.
Depending on the book. I'm on the show.
True. But there you go. Super Sentai. I mean, y'all. It's been going on longer than Power Rangers, so they'll be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah, but their shit is better, apparently. At least theirs are like mostly good.
I don't know. They have a framework to work on. They're just rebooting because they're not making money. That's all. Because they can't get toys. So they know what to do. I got it.
Gotcha.
I'm sure they have tropes that I'll hate too, but for now, I'm just they got it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a show about the cops with Roberts and be like, man, fuck those cops.
I mean, they had a Super Sentai about Rangers with the powers of trains. I was like, all right. Okay.
Thomas the Tank Engine for a Megazord audience. Yeah. So, all right then. I guess with that we should move on.
Yeah, I will say that too. I will say that too. Power Rangers, please pick something else other than a dinosaur, ninja, or that other fucking option, please.
And if you do ninjas,
not every other thing has to have dinosaurs or robots or ninjas.
And if you do ninjas again, it cannot be a comedy show because I don't know why this keeps happening. Every time I do a ninja show, it's a comedic one. It's really fucking annoying. It was Ninja Storm and Ninja Steel, and they were both the comedy shows. I know it was just luck of the draw, but like, holy shit, that was annoying. So, sad.
Gotcha. But all right, then. I guess with that, let's move on to the next topic, audience.
All right, guys. So we're here. This is the final battle arc of Bionicle. Just a reminder where we are at this point. Lego told Greg Varshti, the main writer of the story, who's been writing all these books. They said, "Hey, listen, it was a good run. You made us so much."
My husband.
Yeah. These so they're like, "Hey, you made us so much money. We appreciate you. You saved Lego. Okay, we would not be here without you today." That said, we're taking the brand in a new direction, and we kind of want you to kind of wrap things up. All right, so then you can wrap it up this arc. And Greg's like, you know what? We always had a plan, and that's what Greg was honestly saying. Like, he's like, listen, like for him, we had a plan since the beginning when I first wrote the first book. Like, we knew where this was going to go, and I wasn't going to change that plan for anything. And as long as we got to this point, like maybe if it ended sooner, maybe, but at this point, this is kind of like a good stopping point. And so for a lot of people, this was pitched to kids like me at the time. Like, this is the final battle. This is the ending of Bionicle. There is no continuation. There is no spinoff. There might be a spinoff, but there is nothing else. This was it. And the market.
How do you do a spinoff in Bionicle?
Well, we'll get to that. Because the spinoff wound up being a part of the story, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, everything was kind of going to coalesce into this one epic mythology about an alien race fighting to save their universe. And so the final battle arc really kicks off where we left off. The Toa Nuva are fighting the Brotherhood of Makuta one last time. The battle right now is to get to the core of Cardanui, so they can jumpstart Matsunui's heart. The only way they can do this is with the Mask of Life. Luckily, they have Toa Ignika. I hate how his name is similar to Ignika, but I understand why. But Toa Ignika is needed to restart the heart of Matsunui. Off the bat, Tahu continues to amaze me. When Tahu first showed up, he was my favorite character because I liked his character. Now I love him as a leader. This dude is the guy you want quarterbacking you when the universe is on the line. He's very pragmatic, and I think I appreciate those characters more and more because I'm so sick of shows nowadays where characters like, no, you can't do this. This is not morally right. And Tahu's like, listen, dog, like I know it's not morally right, but the universe on the line, we gotta move. I was like, okay, all right.
You guessing your Captain Cryptid? You gonna take that line down?
There's one order he gives. So they said, listen, the Brotherhood of Makuta are walling us off from the core. We have to get there no matter what. Now, I want you guys to hear me good and well. You're all my brothers. I love all of you, okay? But at this point, we're just going to blitz it. And if you fall, get back up. If you get captured, save yourself. Because we got to get to the core no matter what, okay? Because we're already become above all else. I was like, okay, all right. I like that. And so, and I do like that mindset. You also see how he's matured as well. Earlier, there was a moment where Gali was captured by one of the Makuta. This is before he gave that order. And Pohatu tells him about it. And Tahu's like, and the book reminds me, like, back in the day, Tahu would have just said, like, yo, stay here. I'm going to save Gali. But because he's a better leader now, he understands that Pohatu is faster than him. And he doesn't have to be the hero all the time. So he's like, Pohatu, look, I'm going to stay here and guard the fort. You go get Gali. Come right back. If you need help, let me know. I'll be right there. And he's like, thanks, man. Got you. So like, he flies off. So like, I'm just saying, I'm really proud of Tahu this arc. This is so much character development in one arc for him. So we also get a couple of things. We also find out that the Makuta, they're not all on the same page. Like, they know the plan, but a lot of them are like, I'm starting to regret this idea. I think there's something that Makuta Pterodax is not telling us. And actually there is. What the Makuta don't know is that when the Toa, their initial plan basically is to kind of make the Toa feel like they're winning. They fight them as hard as they can, but they're not allowed to kill any of the Toa Nuva. If they win a fight, they capture them, but they cannot kill them, basically. And that's what Pterodax told them to do. And the reason is because as far as they're aware, all the Toa are needed to repair Motunui, and Pterodax wants Motunui healed. He wants Motunui to wake up, and only the Makuta know why. Eventually, Takanuva shows up, from the multiverse duology. He shows up, and he also says the same thing, like, "Hey guys, just know Makuta wants you to revive Motunui." And Tahu's like, that doesn't make any sense though. I don't really kind of understand what he would want that for. I think you just told false information or whatever. But it is what it is. Because to awaken Motunui is to awaken his wrath, and the Makuta would not want that. So they can't really believe that. But even if they were to believe it, I do like how this plan plays out. If you look at the screen right here, Toa Ignika's mask is silver. It was originally gold. And if you guys remember back in the Toa Marhi saga, there was an old lore about the Mask of Life that needs to be addressed. When the Great Beings made Motunui, the guy, and therefore the universe, they had the Mask of Life kind of like, a life support system in case something like this were to happen. However, the Mask of Life has the ability to resuscitate Motunui. It also has the ability to destroy him. If it gets gray and starts cracking, it will eventually become a bomb that could destroy the universe. And this is just because if shit gets too bad, just kill everything, we'll start over again. That was kind of their mindset, basically.
Okay. Just want to point this out.
But that's loser talk.
Right.
Okay. I just want to point something out, audience. One of my favorite characters in comics has an explosive in his eye socket that he keeps behind an eye patch. This guy has an explosive on his face that could blow up a universe.
There you go.
Yeah.
In the words of Captain America during Avengers World, when they had that same stupid ass plan, when everyone either gave up or they said we're gonna destroy the universe. Bro, that's loser talk. You just have to find out how to win.
Right. So Tahu's like, the idea of this plan is that it would be so perfect. Toa Ignika has to go in the core now. If they miss their window, he's a bomb for the universe. So they have to use him, essentially. There is no, maybe we have more time to find another way. It's like, if we don't do this now, Motunui, the universe is dead. So we got to save him now. Okay? So they really have no choice. And meanwhile, what the Makuta don't know, the Makuta generals here, they don't understand. They slowly begin to realize that Makuta also is slighting them as well. Pterodax didn't tell them that when they restart Cardinui, when the Toa actually do succeed, a storm is gonna appear that destroys all life in Cardinui, including the Makuta. So like that whole brotherhood's gonna die here if they don't get out. But like only 2 of them are aware of this, and they're trying to convince their brothers that this is happening, but they won't believe. We also get one of the Makuta who kidnaps Gali, and he tells her like, "Listen, Gali, I want to be real with you. The brotherhood has gone so far off the rails of what we originally were. You don't know this. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. When the Brotherhood of Makuta first started, we weren't villains. We were just like we made Rahi Beast." The Rahi Beast that you use to farm or build shit, that was us. Like we made that shit for you guys. And we were protectors and all this other shit. And we worked at a factory and we made stuff for you guys. But every time we made stuff for you, you guys praised Motunui. And that pissed us off. so much like fuck you. Okay, well, we deserve to be here. We're making the backbone. We make the backbones of your society. We deserve to be in charge. That's what all of this is. But to be honest with you, I don't really believe in what's happening anymore. And to stop this, I need you to just leave. I don't care where you go. Just get out of here. Don't be here. And then Makuta's plan doesn't work. Just do it for me, please. And Gali's like, you're full of shit. I don't believe you. basically. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? That's understandable. I am your arch nemesis, but I am being dead ass with you. But you do what you want. So there is that. We also have Takanuva, who's going through some shit. So Takanuva, I did mention in his books, was hit by a shadow leech at the start of his duology, and this made him a part Toa of shadow and a part Toa of light, and that's why he's gray now. This didn't come up in the duology, but this is making him angry. This is his symbiote arc, basically, we're getting right now. So he's getting angrier and more frustrated with the situation as well. So we have some like crash out moments of Takanuva. And then Greg Farshti introduced the retcon. I'm gonna say I'm not sure if it was planned since the beginning. I'm gonna say it's a retcon that I like as an idea, but makes no goddamn sense when you think about it. We also get the revelation that Takanuva, who used to be Takua, was an Av Matoran. The Av Matoran live in Carda Nui, and they're supposed to be warrior Matoran. They're Matoran that are primed to be Toa at a moment's notice. Like if you gave them the power, they're ready to go. Unlike the Toa Metru, basically. And Takua was basically from here, or somehow he was from here. They never really explain it. I don't like this retcon because Av Matoran look noticeably different than a standard Matoran. They're taller for one, and they look more battle ready. But we've seen Takua before. He looks like a normal Takoro Matoran. So this is just kind of a lame retcon to me to make Takua more special. I guess it's gonna make sense of why he's the user of the Mask of Light, but I don't really agree with it. It's kind of whatever. We also have one last toy line to introduce for this arc as well. Give me one second. Taking this off right here.
Please don't let it be ugly, bro. Please don't let it be ugly, bro.
It didn't show. It's not on front of the screen. Oh no, hang on. I can't even get it. There we go. That's how we get. There we go. Anyway, so these are the new vehicles that were introduced with this toy line as well. I forgot their names, unfortunately. But these three vehicles belong to the Toa Nuva back when they were first made, when they were the Toa Mata. And this is supposed to help them in their final battle. It's never really clear, but it's very much implied. This is the tools they use to fight in the swamp for the final battle, basically. Mata Nui ordained this for them, essentially. And one of the Makuta gets it. The storyline is that one of the Makuta, Antraz, he gets one of them, and it's a battle in the skies between him and the other two Toa as well. So that was a cool bit too as well. So eventually the plan continues as normal. And Tahu realizes they're running out of time. Because he's looking at Toa and Nika and he's like, okay, your mask is getting grayer and grayer. And if we don't jumpstart the core quicker, then we can't save the universe anyway. And so he says, I got a plan. We can't spend hours fixing the core. We got to just jumpstart the heart right now. Toa and Nika, thank you for making yourself a body so you can help us. I need you to kill yourself. And he's like, huh? Basically. Tahu's basically explaining that, like, he's explaining to Toa and Nika that, like, listen, we need to fast track this process. We're going to combine you with all the light stones and slam dunk you in there so you can just jumpstart Matanui's heart. And Toa and Nika's response to this is like, oh, I see. Chokes Tahu alive. He's like, oh my God. And this is what I like about Toa and Nika's character. He was literally just born yesterday. At least he had a body yesterday. He just experienced life yesterday, basically. So he doesn't want to lose it. He's still kind of like, this is stupid. I want to live. And Tahu eventually is like, okay, well, if you're gonna attack me, I'm gonna attack you back. So he throws a fireball at him, and he's like, yeah. Now that you have a body, you can feel pain. Oh, it doesn't feel so good, huh? But anyway, it doesn't change facts. You're getting in that pit because the universe is on the line. And Gali's like, whoa, Tahu, let me talk to him. Ignika, talk to me, bro. Like, why did you want a body? Why did you want to be a Toa? And Ignika's like, I wanted to do it because of Mantra. I was inspired by its sacrifice and I wanted to honor it. And she's like, yeah, well, you know what Mantra did?
Bro.
He fucking died. So you can do that too. So he's like, yeah, you're right. So that's how it gets. So that plan's underway. Meanwhile, one of the Brotherhood of
these people are mean, bro.
I mean, I make her meaner than she was, but she was. That's basically what it process. Remember, kids, for the fate of the universe, you can kill yourself. Okay? It's okay. So basically, one of the Makuta breaks off because he's like, you know what, fuck this plan. Because I know what Makuta's gonna do. He's gonna get all this power. He's gonna backstab us in some way. And I have a plan where I'm in charge, and I won't kill a lot of you. I'll kill like a little bit less, and I'll
kill at least 75. All right, my favorites will live.
So if you're loyal to the Pterodax, I'll kill you. But if not, like you're cool with me, and I'll rule the universe with an iron fist. So I'm in charge. So he's the last obstacle the Toa have to face to get the universe on track. The other Makuta are like, what the fuck is he doing? He's gonna fuck up the plan. But eventually, like the Toa do win in the end. And this great. Then so basically, what Bionicle did, and I'll leave this up to you. There is a video. I couldn't get the overlay version of it, so there's only the audio version. There is a video of Matanui awakening for the first time. I can play it, or I can describe it. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do? It does have audio.
I'll play it. Oh, okay. All right. In that case, describe it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, this is when Bionicle fans who weren't in the know, people who read the novels, pretty much guessed this twist. But this is where we find out the truth about what Matanui is. Matanui, the universe, is a universe by technicality. He has a world inside of him, but Matanui himself is one giant Bionicle, basically. So who lives under
he's you.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you put all the clues together since the first book, this has always been set up. Matanui, the island, has one sun. Metronui, which was told to us exists underneath the planet, and underneath Matanui, the island, has two suns. Those two suns are the eyes of Matanui, the guy, basically. When we go over the lore of how the universe was made, we went over Karzani. Karzani's story, if you remember way back when, was that in the time and before time, there was only darkness. And Matoran were made to work as slaves. And if they didn't work, they were dragged to the pits of hell to never return. Those who did work were rewarded with like an easy passing. And this was because during this time, the universe hadn't been built yet. The Matoran were literally building their own universe, essentially. Things along that nature. Even Cardinui, if you think about every plan they've gone through, it's as if they were waking up somebody. Okay, like they were like the first plan was that we have to open the doors to Metronui and we have to wake him up. So we have to wake Matanui up. We're waking up a person. We're waking up a universe, basically. We have to jumpstart his heart. We have to actually like do CPR on him. These things like that. You are watching these people resuscitate a body, essentially the whole story. So the reason this twist is important is because, and I got this information wrong. This is actually a common misconception that I fell for. I always thought the Bionicle was based off an actual guy describing the process, like his like cancer story. This actually, the real truth about the matter is that Bionicle was originally supposed to be a Lego story that was talking about the human anatomy, essentially. Yeah. And so they transformed that. Yeah, they transformed that into this, basically. So,
okay, I would like to see how that experimentation went from humanoids to this, man. But okay, that's a conversation for another day. So
in the writer's room, this was always going to be the plan. This was the plan since the first story was ever released. And there are hints that you can read. I'm skipping a lot of them because there's very many. I mean, they flat out tell you at some point in their own way. Like, even when they talk about, like, Matanui existing outside the universe, if you really think about it, it's still an island in the middle of a planet. Like, how could it be outside the universe? Well, that's because to them, the universe is a body. It's like a guy underneath the planet, basically. Even think of Matanui's placement, basically. So when you actually watch the video, Matanui's body is underneath the island. That's because when Makuta put him into a coma, he fell onto the ground. And then the island grew around him, essentially. So that's where the island of Matanui comes from, essentially. There's so many cool details. You go into hours just picking up every clue in every book about what this was. But yes, the truth of the matter is Matanui is an actual giant Bionicle, a giant robot, essentially, made by the Great Beings. Mm-hmm. And even though the Toa are excited about this, the bad news comes in when they realize that, like, the Makuta aren't really... the Makuta are laughing. They're like, yes, we did it. We won. But then they wind up quickly being like, oh, we fucked up, because they learn about the storm that happens in Cardinui, and they all get killed by it. But the Toa Nuva managed to get out as well. The Zootopia manage to all get into these little containers that protect them from the storm and shoot them back to Metro Nui, so they're all safe. That's basically what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So the day is saved, right? Everything's saved. Makuda's been beaten. Matanui is alive and well. The giant robot is working. All is good. And so they all have a little party in the Metro Nui Coliseum. All the Turaga of Metro Nui, the Toa Marhi, and the Toa Nuba all get together, and everybody's praising like, "Oh my God, you saved the universe!" Yada yada yada. And Turaga Duma gets on the stand. He's like, "Damn, you know what? We've been fighting this same villain for over 1,000 fucking years. Okay? This has been a 1,000-year war, bro. And I gotta say, I'm proud of everyone. You know, everybody did their part. It was a tough battle. We lost some, we won others, but we made it. And I couldn't be more happier. And everyone's like, yeah, you know what? It was tight shit, Turaga Duma." And then everyone gets a little chill in their spine. Like, what the fuck? Yo, what's going on? I feel like I felt this feeling before. They look up at the stars, like, wait, what's going on up there? Like in the stars, they look up. And the stars transform, right? And I was like, yo, what's going on? Is that Matanui? Is he making his presence known? Is the guy making his presence known to us? It's not Matanui they see. It's the Makuta. He forms himself into the stars, becoming like you see the mask of shadow forming in the stars. You're like, what? No, impossible. What's up?
I'm imagining when Frieza came back to life. When they hit Frieza with Spirit Bomb, he stood up.
They're like, oh. But the stars reconvene and they turn into the mask of shadow. And everyone's like, yo, what? Makuta's back. What how could this be? And Makuta explains it. And I love how they explain it. When Makuta speaks, thunder appears, like lightning appears, basically. Every time he speaks. In the ground, like you can feel like his vibrations in the air every time he talks. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, we beat you. And he's like, no, you didn't. I don't know if you noticed. I wasn't at the final battle. That was because after Mataro revived the universe the first time, Matanui had this split second of waking up, and I put my consciousness into the robot body of Matanui. I'm the universe now. And they're like, what? And they're like, so basically that was Makuta's plan. His whole plan the whole time. I mean, I think this is really plan B. Plan A was to get the Mask of Time to do this a lot quicker. But plan B essentially was when Matanui was in a coma, there was going to be a brief time period where when they jumpstart his heart, that Makuta could slip in and take over Matanui's physical body, which is the giant robot body. Taking over that body essentially makes Makuta the whole universe. But in order for this to work, the Toa had to revive him, essentially. So in order for Makuta to win, the Toa Nuva had to win. And that's what this whole plan was about. That's why in the alternate timeline, when Mataro failed to save the universe, Makuta was angry because he lost his chance to take over the robot, essentially. And he even says in that timeline, when he reads Takanuva's mind, he's like, oh, in that timeline, you haven't fucked up, so I'm still winning. He was always winning. Every time the Toa won a battle, it was also in favor of Makuta's plan, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens. Makuta takes over the universe, and Takanuva's like, listen, we fought you before, and we won. And we're going to do the same thing again. And Makuta's like, the fuck? Listen, little ant, I don't know what you think you're going to do. What are you going to do? You're going to fight the rocks underneath your feet? Are you going to fight the air you breathe? Bitch, I'm your universe. Who are you going to throw hands with? And so, well, I guess you did have one shred of hope that could have saved you. And that would have been my brother, Matanui. But I put him in the Mask of Life, and I threw him across space. So he's not here anymore. He's outside the universe. You can't get to him. So at the end of the day, I win, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the last scene of the book, you see Matanui, the Mask of Life, and it's shooting across space, like the actual space in the stars. Mm-hmm. And Matanui himself, you can hear his words in the mask, and he says, I will return. I will return. Mm-hmm. But as far as we were aware, that was the ending of Bionicle, and it was never going to continue.
Oh.
So yeah.
Until
no, that was it. So that was it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They don't do a to be continued. They're like, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, go home.
Go touch grass, audience. Wow.
How would he know? Wait.
No, go ahead.
What counts as outside the universe?
So when he outside the universe is like anything that's on the so the universe is the giant body. That's what they keep calling the universe because the Matoran and the Toa don't know that. Like they're not really fully aware that they're in a giant body like that. So like to them, Matanui the universe is the giant body. Basically, Matanui the island exists on the planet that the body had crashed land on years ago. Basically, and so that's why I kept saying Matanui is outside the universe, like the island. Matanui, the guy, like the Mask of Life, was thrown off that planet. So he's like across the actual galaxy, like in space. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
So basically, think of the universe. Think of your body as the universe, and your house is the island of Matanui. And Makuta basically took the mask and threw it all the way to Russia. Basically, so you're like,
some of us think our body's a temple, others think it's a universe audience. Right. But hey, each their own, you know.
So this was the ending to the Bionicle story, original ending, and I remember as a kid, I said, "Fucking what? No, that's so stupid." And so I was that because it was like every adventure. I was loving every adventure I saw, even though I didn't know much about the stories past the telemetry. Every adventure I saw was a good one, and I was like, I can't wait to see how this ends. And just seeing Makuta win in the end was so deflating. It's just like no. Greg Farshi had said, so Austin, you asked about the spinoff. The spinoff was actually going to be what we're going to cover next, which wound up just being the main story, which is the story of the Barra Magna, which is a new world where the final arc takes place. Like so basically Lego looked at the profits from this toy line and they went to Greg Farshi and said, "Hey, you guys got more story to tell? Because we still make money from this. And, you know, if you want to tell another story, I mean, we got the budget for it." And he said, "Yeah, I mean, we got some ideas. I mean, they're not concrete, but we can make it work." And so instead of Barra Magna being a spinoff, it just became the continuation of that storyline. So next time, or this weekend for the people who are going to be at movie night, we will be continuing the story of Bionicle to the final saga when we will continue with Bionicle, the Legend Reborn, which is the story of Matanui's trips to an alien world where there are Bionicles, but they haven't heard of the concepts of Toa or Unity, Duty, and Destiny. They don't even have mask powers, really. They don't even have superpowers, to be honest with you. They're just color-coded robots with, like, weird shit. So yeah, it'll be a whole new thing, and Matanui's gonna bring powers and new abilities to this world. But yeah, that was the story of Bionicle. What did you guys think overall?
I thought it was intense, you know. Like again, like when you mentioned how the series ended, I'm like, really? Okay, where's the end and the to be continued? But hey, it is what it is, you know. Yeah. Austin?
Ended it on Endgame. I mean, on Infinity War.
Basically. It was like Thanos snapped his fingers. I'm like, that's it. All right.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys think this would have been an appropriate ending? Like, say Lego said, that's it, we're done. You think this should have been? You think they actually made the right choice?
Nah, man. You don't have a series finale with it ending on a cliffhanger. Maybe something of like hopeful for the future, but not what you just told us about, man. So yeah.
Well, what about you, Austin?
Yeah, I think it was a good ending.
Why? What made you like it?
Oh,
it's fucking dead. Yo, Makuta got him, bro.
That's what it is. They didn't.
What are you talking here?
Oh, okay. You cut out. Yo, well, you cut out for us. I was asking, like, what'd you like about the ending?
I like them getting so close to absolute victory and getting snatched away in the last second. That doesn't happen a lot. I do think more kids shows should have a bad ending to a degree, because that shit happens a lot more often than you think.
Yeah. And it kind of feels like
you
the final
like that hope with their brother might come back one day. I don't think it's a bad ending at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I would have hated it, but like, especially after reading what Greg Farshchi thought about it, he's like, well, I mean, it's like a mythological thing. It's like, it's just the tragedy of this universe, and it leaves on the note like it's like the cycle. Because originally, like Makuta was I wouldn't say underdog. He really kind of was like, well, semi underdog. He was going up against the universe itself, and evil was on the rise. And now evil took over, and now good has to try. It's the absolute Bionicle universe. Now good has to try that much harder to win, basically. So, I will say though, and we're cutting ahead. I saw some clips of the final fight in all of Bionicle, and I forgot this shit gets crazy. Like this is some like anime shit at some point. So I'm kind of excited. But yeah, next time we come back on Bionicle tonight, I will be doing my retrospective of what I think of the series as a whole, what it kind of meant to me going through this journey, and then next week we'll start again with Matanui's storyline. So there we go.
There you go. And with that, like I just want to add, like we're only 15 minutes until 2-hour mark. Wow, so we did fill up a whole episode.
Thanks, Matanuis.
You want to save your like Sonic and the other Bionicle topic for next week, man, or what?
I kind of want to do the retrospective now, so I can just jump into the stuff later. But I mean, we'll see what the other stuff is. We can drop Sonic.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll drop Sonic. All right. Well, let's just do one of the other topics first before we get to your Bionicle again. Part 2.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next one. Austin, you want to do the honors to this one?
No, you can do it. I don't want to talk about this lady.
Okay, so an Ursula comic has been announced, audience. And to that, I'll say, how I feel about villains. Villains should be given villain origin stories. Enough with this sympathetic villains or justifiable, or I have to feel sorry for them. Like there's a necessary means to their motivations. Nah, this one we're going to see the origin of her. Let me see if I can bring up the article. I hope they don't do something like, there's a reason why we don't see many octopus people in Atlantis. Come on, don't go ahead and say that Triton gave the order. Order 66. Let me bring up that comic. Damn, I should have had it out beforehand, but what else? What can you do? What do you guys think of her should be in this book?
I don't know. I never liked these books. I think they're like okay. So
Mhm.
okay about it.
Gotcha.
I
mean, the Scar one is now. What?
Go ahead, finish.
No, you go ahead. I'm still looking up the article.
Okay, so this isn't Disney's first attempt at rewriting history and how the villains are actually misunderstood or the good guys. They have an actual novel line called Twisted.
Oh, dang.
It's from the villain's point of view. And Ursula has one of those books. And that one, they made her the sister of King Triton.
Okay.
And he basically fucked her over to become king.
Okay, I really want to know how an offspring can be made where your children is one an octopus and the other a merman.
It's like they're magic in her. They thought she came out cursed.
Okay. And
ask King Triton how he can have one wife and then have kids of every color.
We know how that's possible, and it ain't gonna be just one wife you're talking about, So, okay, so all right.
Yeah, that book went out their way trying to make her the most sympathetic person of all time, and that's why I hate those books.
Wow. Okay, so I
Disney
got the article
were evil for a reason. Just let them be evil.
Exactly. Because I got the article up. It's going to be written by Sherry L. Smith, who is a novelist. So doesn't sound like they have much experience. Okay, here's the premise of this. So years before she would meet a young mermaid named Ariel, the formidable Ursula presided over a vast underwater kingdom as one of the 7 sea witches, along with Caprica, Skyla, a whole bunch of names I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Together, the Septet ruled the world's oceans with impunity. So, when one of Ursula's royal sisters is suddenly found broken and stripped of all her powers, Ursula takes it as an attack upon their collective authority and sets out to find and punish the culprit, knowing that all the denizens of the deep, only one would dare to challenge a sea witch's reign. So Ursula's gonna be an Avenger, is what I'm hearing.
You're saying King Fine was a rebel? He did, "Big, give me your power." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill him." He loses. He decided to be evil.
Wow. You know, what are they gonna do? Say like that those eels that she keeps as pets bit her, and then that transfers some evilness to her, or something like that? You know?
Are you going with the Scar Snake bullshit?
Yeah. That's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like that shit. That Scar got bit by a snake and the venom turned him evil. Like, come on now.
I know, right? But hey, this just makes me think like there has to be a reason why we don't see any octopus people in Atlantis. You know, I do remember when when the Little Mermaid had her own Disney show audience, right? I do remember seeing some merfolk, but they were like dressed in armor. You know, I would like to think like, if you really want to emphasize Ursula as a villain, right? Have her be the she who should not be named amongst the octopus people. Like, no, we banished that beat to the outskirts of our town long ago. She is her own kind of crazy. We don't want anything to do with her, you know? But hey, this is wishful thinking from my end, you know? So yeah, I'm probably gonna get the first issue chance. You know, hey, if it's good, I'll continue on with it. If it's bad, I'll get more room. I'll get more room in my comic book box then. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. You guys want to move on to the next one?
Go ahead.
Okay. After this, you can take the last one, Jake. So anyway, Austin, want to do the honors of this one?
Philip Kennedy Johnson signs deal with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it a big deal? Because it's the first time that Marvel is installing a mostly DC writer from DC. While he did do Marvel books, he was mostly a DC writer. Superman probably his biggest book he did, and people loved his Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marvel said, "Oh, you can write Hulk? Guess what? You're ours now. You are ours now." He's on like I believe a 3 to 4 year deal starting in January.
Wow. Well, I guess it's kind of like the Bendis situation.
I need to see him write X-Men.
Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, from what I'm familiar with,
someone who has the experience of writing Superman and the nuance of writing Superman, I want to see them tackle the X-Men problem.
Ooh, okay. I mean, hey, like after a certain amount of years, you kind of want to play with new toys. After all, audience, I think this is a situation of Philip Kennedy Johnson. He did what he did in DC. Now it's time to play with a whole new set of toys. You know. I'm trying to look up most of the titles he's worked on to get a perspective as to what his writing style is, and yeah, again, he wrote Marvel Zombies, Alien.
Which one?
Marvel Zombies Resurrection. The
okay, that one wasn't that bad. That was the Peter Parker one. That wasn't that bad.
Gotcha. Oh, he also wrote that Captain America Empire tie-in. That was pretty good. So
I like every book he given hit so far. So
gotcha. I mean, he's a veteran writer, so I'll trust him. I mean, I know him mainly for his Nightwing run, but that's just about it. So yeah.
That means we also got to get more Daredevil in. There you go. X-Men Daredevil. That's what we're looking for.
There you go. Get a fresh perspective.
I think this is good. It feels like Marvel's trying to stack up on writers to do a whole new thing when Donny Cates fully comes back.
Yeah.
Like we might enter the next phase of Marvel once they have all their decent writers together.
Yeah, I guess Marvel's also like, okay, we are so sick and tired of DC taking some of our recognizable talents like Dan Slott or Bendis, or Tom Taylor, So they're like, okay, we'll take a noticeable DC writer for our side.
We have to steal it's Scott Snyder, bro. If we steal Scott Snyder, it's over. You understand that it's done.
Oh God. I would say that's impossible, but at the same time, like 10 years ago, I would have said it's impossible for Bendis to be writing in DC. But here, look at where we're at now. So
Yeah, Scott right DC is like crazy as shit.
Oh, dude.
Mr. 10-year Spider-Man switch sides.
Yep.
But I need, like I said, I think X-Men is the person who really needs a nuanced writer like him. And I think Marvel needs to take one more person. I do think they need someone who can upgrade the cosmic space. Go out and what's the last book we just read?
What
the last book called? Imperial?
Nova Centurion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nova and Imperial. Yeah. Why do you set up the universe and they don't set up the universe. They really kind of revert the universe back to what it was. We do need a writer who can take the concept that we have and push them further. Marvel Comics, I want to say in their top 5 events is probably Annihilation. Annihilation is one of the greatest events I ever read. I'm like,
yep.
But they don't have anyone who can elevate Marvel Cosmic space. Like Marvel Cosmic, that's probably their best book, and they never reach that again. Marvel doesn't have anyone who can take. They need someone like the Green Lantern their space. We need the Nova Corps and Guardian Galaxy to level up again one more time.
Yeah, you kind of have to do that at this point, given their last time we saw them too. So
that's why they keep killing off Marvel Cosmic. Like we just got Marvel Cosmic back for the first time in 6 years.
See what Peace does.
And that keeps happening. Because there's nothing else in space.
Yeah. You would think it wouldn't be that hard for Marvel to be emphasizing like a story based in space, Something close to
the problem with space is that literally everybody in space only cares about Earth. Thanos doing something bad, guess what? He's gonna end up on Earth. The Kree doing something, they're gonna end up on Earth. The Skrulls do something, they're gonna end up on Earth. The Humans do something, they're gonna end up on Earth.
So you're saying all aliens treat Earth as if it's Alcatraz? Wow.
Basically.
Wow.
We need a writer to fully elevate Marvel Cosmic to a next level. I think that's their next step. And then they can start a whole new phase of Marvel.
Yeah. So let's hope it works out for him. Phil Kenny Johnson, best of luck to you when you get into Marvel. I'll give his first book a try. He is a noticeable name in the comic industry after all. So yeah.
I wonder how much they paid him. Not because Marvel. We know Marvel that pays writers depending on their names. You know how much they are worth in their opinion.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much they get paid because Marvel we keep paying overpaying Hickman so he won't go DC. I think it's kind of funny. So I wonder how much they paid this guy who's a big DC fan, big DC writer. To be like, hey, yo, come with us for a few years. You know what? Come with us only. No Image, no DC. I want to know how much they put on the table for this man.
A couple zeros change a lot of minds, audience. So yeah. But all right. Yeah, have any final thoughts on this, Austin, before we move on to the last topic?
Nah, let's get his Bionicle kick out the way.
Okay.
Jake, you better not show in those ugly. Oh, he did it.
So this is a huge retrospective on the show. When I started this retrospective, it was really a test. Bionicle has always kind of been a huge inspiration for me, and as a writer, I like in terms of taking people to worlds and just kind of immersing people in it. That's kind of what I like doing. And I wouldn't have really gotten that love of doing that if it wasn't for Bionicle. Watching those first 3 movies growing up as a kid, Bionicle's Mask of Light, Legends of Metro Nui, and Web of Shadows, and eventually Legend Reborn. The way that they took this kids toy brand and made you take it seriously, but also, it was still for kids, but it wasn't afraid to tell kids, like, to sit kids down, like, hey, look at like a serious story. Like, this is what you can learn from it. Like
sit down, put a hand on your shoulder.
Right. I mean, like, none of the Bionicle movies that I remember have like fart jokes or anything. Like, they're just like they're just like stories that they tell. It's like a normal story.
Where would they be able to fart off from, Jake?
I don't know. You know,
they can apparently drink and eat apparently, so they got to do something with the waste.
Yeah. I had Austin. Austin was with me last night, and I was watching Bionicle 3, and I still love that.
He showed me the most ugly people I ever seen in my life.
That was the point. That was the point. So,
at least it wasn't a bad that game people you showed me. That was disgusting.
But yeah, rewatching Bionicle 3, and I was like, yeah, it's not like cinema, but it is like, it's a good story, and I personally do love it for what it is. I also love, like, but you know, when I came in, so watching those movies as a kid, sometimes I wonder, like, maybe I only like this because I'm a kid. Maybe if I reread this, I would feel differently. And so that's really what this retrospective was about. Does Bionicle hold up today? And going through all, but like we have 2 books left, but to be honest, this is pretty much where it ends. Going through all the books, I have to say, it absolutely does. Like, if you, especially like the fact that it grows up as the stories progress, you really feel like you could see Greg Varshy as a writer grow. You can see this universe grow. You can see the lore grow. There are concepts in this universe that I don't really see in a lot of other stories. And it all comes from the idea of just like having a story where humans don't exist. Like, this is just like, it's just a story where we're talking about an alien culture. We're just like, there's no reference of humanity. There's no like
Transformers 1.
Right. Yes. So
what better way to start as a society audience and colonization? Or something like that. Sorry.
Yeah. There is no Jake Sully of the Bionicle universe, right? It's just like, this is their world. This is them figuring shit out. There are some. So going into these books, there are things that like I've grown to appreciate, and some things I've grown not to. So the the Toa Mata, aka the Toa Nuva. I remember as a kid, I didn't think much of them, mainly because Mask of Light wasn't about them; it was about Takua. So I didn't really get to know them that well, and they were just like, and I hated that the final battle was about them. I was like, damn, it can't be about like the Toa Ignite or something. But actually reading their story, they're very entertaining. They're a very entertaining cast, even when they're bickering a lot. It's a really good bit. It reminds me of like the old 2003 TMNT banter, how they're clashing personalities and all that stuff. But I think one of the things I love about this team now, especially now in the final battle, is how much they've grown through the trial and errors of their relationships, especially Tahu. There's like a great moment in the final book, the final battle book, where Tahu comes up with a plan, and Kopaka's like, yo, Tahu, I like your plan, but like, let me add some notes to it. And if that had been Tahu at the start of the series, he'll be like, what the fuck you mean add some notes? My plan is fucking yo, fuck you. That would have been him. But at this point, and especially because it comes from Kopaka, and him and Kopaka had this on-site beef when we first met them. But at this point, Kopaka of all people corrects Tahu's plan. And Tahu looks at him and he goes like, you know what, dog, I like your plan. Let's go with it. Dap each other up. They're ready to go. I was like, that's awesome. Like, that felt like, give me a sense of like pride in like this team. I was like, they've grown. Or even his growing chemistry with Golly. How like in Mask of Light they had this little falling out, but ever since they mended those wounds, Tahu sees Golly as like his confidant. Like if Golly loses faith in him, like he loses faith in himself. And so I did like their relationship that was shown in the final battle, things like that. So the book does wonders for the Toa Mata. I will say, objectively speaking, they're kind of the weakest written of the Toas, only because Bionicle, when it was first starting out, is clearly written for a young audience. There's clearly it's clearly meant for like, I wouldn't say preschoolers, but kindergartners when it starts out. So it has really the weakest writing, but it doesn't make the chemistry in the world any less enjoyable. And then the Greg Varshy was also learning something. Like Greg Varshy used to write this very repetitive formula, and it was going to get boring as it went on. It was kind of like Power Rangers in the sense where like you could predict what's going to happen at some point, like the plot beats are going to get into. But then we get to me, these books define Bionicle. Okay? The Metra Nui saga. Now, I always loved the Toa Metru. I thought they were cool. I liked Vakama. Vakama is my favorite Toa of all time. Okay? Reading the books, oh my god, bro. Metra Nui was like the peak of Bionicle for me, okay? It was basically like one big D&D campaign with the Bionicles, essentially.
Yeah.
So you have one big quest and a million side adventures, and you're learning about the world as you go, basically. They had like a proper rogues gallery at one point too, which I thought was cool. And I thought what was so cool about this was actually the dynamic. So like in the Toa Mata, these Toa were brought to the island. They're getting a lot of the same experience at the same time. Like they're learning as we do, essentially. Okay. The Toa Metru have lived here for years. So when they became Toa, you get those culture clashes. Like, what does Vakama from Toa Metru think about Ga Metru? Like Vakama's place in Ga Metru, things like that. You get like multiple different cultures clashing, and it creates different divides in the team, and you get to learn new things about how this city operates. Like Greg Farsky went so hard on Metra Nui and what it was, that like he never does that again with any other island. It's kind of frustrating. But he goes in as much depth about Metra Nui as I imagine Oda does about a One Piece island. That's kind of how I felt about it. And then themes got darker, right? Because like before it was just a good and evil story. Well, now hold on a minute. Now mentor characters are dying, right? We have eldritch horror creatures underneath the sea. We're talking about things like heaven and hell as abstract concepts, you know? Heroes are turning into villains, you know? Toas are starting to doubt themselves. They're starting to ask themselves, like, is being a hero even worth it? Like they're asking, it's challenging the readers to really question like what it means to be a superhero, essentially. And I thought that was just like it's such like a great tale about like it sounds nice when you're a kid hearing Spider-Man swing on a web, but you know sometimes Spider-Man gets his ass kicked by life. Okay, you gotta to learn some of those lessons. And I loved all that stuff. I think my biggest problem with the Toa Metru saga is only the Web of Shadows arc, because I feel like it tries too hard to it does its own thing, which I loved, and then at some point it tries too hard to fit itself in the movie canon, and I'm like, this is just two different timelines. You have to address it two different ways. I see what you're doing, but don't do it like that. But yeah, and then we also had new types of villains too. Before we just had the Makuta and just villain hordes. Like there weren't really like actually villains with much personality, right? But this time around, we had like a villain who lived in the sewers, and like she didn't want to be kicked out, so she kept trying to kill people who went into her territory, right? We had Karzani, the plant, that just wanted to like live and stretch out. Like he lived here before and just stretching out, trying to destroy Metra Nui. We had Rudaka, the first femme fatale of the Bionicle universe, and she plays that role very fucking well. Okay, so
Cryptid, there are people who wanted to dig down this robot. You hear me? I looked up Dart.
Yeah, listen, I don't send for Rudaka, but a lot of
I've seen it. My eyes are saw it.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some people doing the same exact thing with Black Arachnia from Beast Wars. So,
yeah. But yeah, I guess she is the Black Arachnia of this universe, but I never saw the like even as like a teenager, I never looked at Rudaka and said, "Yeah, I'd fuck that." I was like, to me, she was just a robot.
No, she don't have no curves or anything except for one scene.
Right,
that one scene was a change to these kids' lives.
Right, it's true. So, but it is what it is. But yeah, but Rudaka still. That aside, she is a great villain. I love how she plays that femme fatale role better than I think a lot of femme fatales I see today. Where she's just unapologetic about it, basically. The way she gets Sidorak killed in the movie will always be one of my favorite, like, betrayals in fiction. The gaslighting she does, like, she's literally playing on his manhood to get him killed, and it's kind of funny.
Oh, good lord, dude! Is that detachable or what?
She was like, there's like a moment where he's fighting Kitangu. Kitangu's like scaling this cliff. And Rudaka tells like Sidorak, oh yeah, go kill him. Like, you want the glory, right? And so he tries to shoot Kitangu and he keeps missing. And then Rudaka's like, wow, I'm almost impressed. to how shitty you are. And so like she shoots him down, and then Cinder's like, well, he's dead. And he's like, oh no, let's just go confirm the kill. They go up to Kitangu, and Kitangu's getting up, and she's like, okay, Rudaka, let's team up and get him. And Rudaka's like, you do it. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, go ahead. And then she like walks away. He's like, but I can't kill him by myself. And then she looks at him, she's like, I know. And then she walks away. And then he's like, Rudaka? And then like Kitangu just smashes him to bits, like a Hulk smash.
He's
like,
he's all right. He's all right. Just get a medical kit with some Gorilla Glue on it, and he's good, man.
Yo, that man's dead. Okay. So, there's also where Bionicle has one of my favorite speeches of all time about leadership and what it means to be a leader and what it means to be a tyrant. This was given by Vakama. That was his big arc for this lesson, where he realized like he doesn't want to lead an army that blindly follows him. He wants to lead people who choose to follow him. It's such a great speech. Like I actually really do like that's one of my favorite like speeches in all of like Bionicle. It's something I think about like whenever I'm taking charge of a project too. Like how do I want to lead a project? That's kind of what that speech inspires me to be like.
Aww.
Yeah. So but
stop making him sound like a child.
Well,
we all have.
Yeah, pretty like ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
We also have a book that I never got to read, and this is the story about Vakama getting the Mask of Time from Makuta. This book is actually really great, and it shows how smart Vakama is. Because Vakama is trapped in a situation where everyone in the room is stronger than him, and the only way out is for him to be a tactical person. So I really did love that book, and how he outsmarts Makuta and gives Matsunui 1,000 years apiece was very clever. So I really did like that. So. But yeah, the Telemetry arc, that's kind of where Bionicle peaks for me. They only get to the Teleignite arc. Now, this is the real reason I want to do the retrospective. I never got to read about this team. I got to read snippets, but never the full story. Unfortunately, it was disappointing. But I digress. The problem with this one was mainly that Greg Hershey didn't really focus on them as a team. Like, I didn't get to know the Teleignite that much. I like conceptually, they're great. I love the idea of like the background characters being the next generation of heroes, but you don't really learn much about them. You get a lot more about the Paraka than them. So it is what it is. I think where this arc shines is mainly the intensity of the mission. This really is the mission to save the fucking universe. And you do feel that like as the story goes on, you're like, holy shit, it's down to the wire. We're gonna have to start making some. Listen, I know we're all heroes and honor bound, but we're gonna have to start breaking some codes if we want to save the universe. Okay? So I did like that.
There ain't no such thing as a no-kill rule in this group. Come on,
no, I love how they lie to you and say there is.
If you have to sacrifice your morals, it's not a real victory. Captain America 2025.
I suppose so. But to be fair, I never thought the Toa had a no-kill rule. They never did before. So, like, I don't know why they recommend that now. Whatever. I still hate that shit. I think...
Bro, that was one guy 1,000 years ago, okay? It happened in 1,000 years.
Whatever. Yeah. I will say that Montero's death on paper, I do like the nobody of the team. Everybody on this team is like fighters, and he's the nobody. He's the translator. Like he just translates his elders' words. He's not special. And the nobody like braving up to save the universe. I get conceptually great idea, but as a character, he's kind of boring. And he's just kind of one note, and so I never really liked it. He's the most interesting out of the 6. I'll give him that, but that's about it. This arc was kind of a letdown to me because I was expecting more. I mean, the marketing for this arc was really fucking great. Really iconic shit. Like it's some of the most iconic toy marketing I have ever seen in my life, and the music choices were so good. Move Along and Crashed, and Face Me was okay. And Creeping in My Soul, like these are legendary 2000 songs in my mind. But like reading the book, I was like, oh, this is coming. The sequel to the Telemetry, this is not great. It's fine. It's not bad. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But then we get to the final battle arc, and then we start introducing a lot of weird things. So we introduced the multiverse. For a lot of kids, remember this is early 2000s, so the multiverse wasn't really in, you know?
Yeah.
Like it existed, but it wasn't like in fashion. So it was kind of cool seeing that from like the ground up and like a real multiverse, like a what if story. That was kind of cool. And then we also get to see the Toho Nuvo. I already went over their development, but it's really cool to see them just be like a coherent team again, not arguing, not getting mind controlled again for the third time. You know, like all their tropes are gone. They're just a team now, and I really did like that.
You make it sound like Mortal Kombat. It was like I can't, like all those people that have. I can't. I'm so glad we don't have zombie or dead characters right now. Like,
I think this arc, and I think this kind of gonna be consistent. The Toho Metro really knew how to make like a good villain roster. I think for these villains, they're serviceable. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not as iconic as anything in the Toho Metro arc. Especially the Brotherhood of Makuta. I'm sorry, like I'll even take the Paraka over them. They're okay. The Brotherhood of Makuta are there just to be obstacles so the Toho Nuva can fight them. I just wish they weren't called Makuta. I wish they were just called something else. That's my only complaint. So
fine, brother. Call it Makoto now. The Makoto Nuva.
Because this is where the retcon was like, well, Makuta isn't actually named Makuta. His name is Makuta Pterodax. There's actually a whole army of Makuta. And I'm like, that's stupid. Just call it Makuta. Just let it be Makuta. And that's why oftentimes when you hear me say Makuta, I'm just talking about the one and only. He is the guy. Okay. I don't know if you noticed this too. I never bothered learning any of their names. I know Antron's because I had his toy long ago, but I don't know the other ones. I kind of forget them. So like whatever. But I did like them as obstacles for the Nuva because it did incorporate all the lessons they learned. Fighting each Makuta. Like, they never flat out beat a Makuta, like one of the Brotherhood. Like, they never beat them. They outsmart them. They outthink them. They get around them. They know the mission is to get the universe jump-started, so they're not wasting their time fighting them if they don't have to. And watching Tahu have to orchestrate the team in a way where it's like, okay, listen, I know we had to throw hands with them, but remember, at the end of the day, Matanui's on the line. That's what made that whole engagement really cool. I think the wins are a bit taken out of the sails when you find out that the Makuta are kind of like not fighting them at full strength, but it is what it is. They do kind of outsmart them in clever ways. But yeah, all in all, but I never really said like how I feel about the ending now as an adult. The ending where Makuta wins and takes over the universe. I think watching it as an ending, as an ending, it is a ending. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I think maybe I'm okay with it because I know it's not the real ending anymore. You know, like I know that there's a better ending now. Like there's a good ending now. But I do feel like if that was the true ending of Bionicle, I might not have returned back to the series. I feel. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's. I think at the end of the day, I think rewatching Bionicle, I am even more impressed with this franchise than I was before. I think I'm more in love with it now. I don't know how you reboot this though. It is such like a unique story. I don't know how you even reboot it to have the same impact it did before. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think it was worth going back over these books. I'm really proud of like this universe. Like I really love Greg Barshi's growth as a writer. It inspires me to be better as a writer, just reading these books. So, you know, it was really cool. But yeah, that was my Bionicle retrospective. You know, Cryptid, going through this journey, what did you think of it as a whole journey?
No, I'm just thinking about like what you talked about, like the writer. It just reminds me of what Tom King said when he was writing Batman, right? Mm-hmm. When you're going into Batman, you gotta look at the Frank Miller run and realize you're never gonna be able to top that. So yeah,
I think I'm not saying. I mean, we're gonna review the reboot before we fully move on to Bionicle. We have to finish the actual story. We get the real ending. Yeah. But then we're going to do the reboot, which is going to be very short because it got canceled. So,
yeah, okay.
We're going to do the reboot.
Different writer is what I'm assuming?
I think so. I'll look back.
Okay.
But it was cryptic. It's not just a different, like the whole, like there's no Matanui in this story. So everything's changed. Like the only thing that's the same is the Toho Nuvo names.
how dare certain people don't embrace change? So.
Yeah, well, maybe I didn't give it a fair chance. I know I didn't want to try it after I saw the box, the tool saying, no. He's the Toll of Fire, he's the Spirit of Fire, he's not goddamn hero of fire. Toll means hero. It's language, so
yeah.
That said, yeah, we'll come back. Next time we come back to Bionicle, we'll get in touch with the man, the myth, the island himself, Matanui, and his adventures. So,
stay tuned for that adventure, audience.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So anyway, wow, we almost made it a 2.5 hour mark, man. So
I'm glad we had a week start going.
Yeah. So I think half the episode was your Bionicle talk, actually.
It was because the main books are way longer than the smaller books, so it was kind of they got to cover it. But if it's just a light night, I can just get these two out of the way, and next time I can just focus on the new era.
There you go.
Yeah.
But anyway,
right.
Audience, thank you for joining us, and yeah, we'll be see y'all next time. See ya. End the stream.
I got it.